What's up, guys? So I'm super excited to get to play with Angkor now. I already did some fights yesterday, even though I was supposed to farm Chaos Dust and not do battles, but I couldn't help myself and I barely slept because I woke up during the night to play a little bit of live arena before going back to sleep. But let me show you what we're going on with today. And by the way, I did a massive amount of classic arena testing yesterday and it was super solid. I can guarantee you that it's gonna be used a lot, and by what I mean a lot is everybody's gonna use him. And that's gonna mean that people are gonna run something else in the future than what they have been for the past year, which is Taras, Maritska, UDK, and then either Sifi or Grixia. That team is totally farmable with Wight King Narses, and not just by a couple players in the game, but many players. And some of the top players can farm those speeds, can farm those teams super fast. So I'm very excited to see what's gonna happen, but I think it's gonna be another Cold Rush like it used to be in the past. Every time we got some new update like Cupidus or Baron buff or Bolster and so on, the meta changed and people started running different teams in both offense and defense, and people always figured out new things every other week. And it's definitely gonna be like that, at least for now. I have no clue what people are gonna run in defense. I'm sure they will be kind of slow to catch up with it. My speculation that maybe people are gonna run double nuker with Taras and one other nuker, but I have no idea. But anyway, today we're not gonna talk about Classic Arena. Let's focus on Live Arena. Here is my King Narses build right now. Basically the same one that I showed yesterday on the video. It's pretty good one, but as you can see, there is some glaring issues with this build. AKA, most of the ascension is wrong. And let's see if we get lucky today and can fix a little bit of it. I farmed Chaos Dust overnight, but I have a very slow team, so it's not super fast, even though we have the super raids now, so it makes it a little bit better. Basically, all of the bottom pieces have wrong main stat, and I mean, gloves have HP percentage, but crit damage is way better, and the chest also has flat HP, but basically it's all wrong substat. I'm hoping that we could get both boots and gloves fixed today, but we might not get either one, so let's see what we get. I would probably want normally to go with speed ascension, but I'm kind of lacking in damage with him compared to the tanky Taras, Maritskas and Sifis, so actually HP would be really good as well, but either one and I would be super happy with. Come on. Let's get it in one try, so I could move to the gloves, but okay. Okay, come on. Yeah, it's gonna be... Okay, we didn't get it in those three tries. We're definitely gonna see some fights here that I'm lacking in damage, because as you already see, these three ascensions are gonna give a lot, and I am running speed boots and not HP percentage. It's still gonna be crazy damage, but it's not gonna one-shot every single Taras just yet. But let me also quickly show you... Oh yeah, let's talk about masteries first. Almost forgot about that. So they are pretty standard ones, not too much deviation, but there's one thing that needs to be pointed out. So the mastery called Shield Breaker increases damage inflicted to targets under shield by 25%. So I have talked about this in the past, like when Basileus was used a little bit in Classic Arena, but the damage effect from this mastery, it only applies to the damage done to the shield, and champions that ignore the shield, this never applies to their damage. So basically don't go for this, even though this might sound super OP on paper, that you get 25% extra damage and he ignores shields, but it's actually not gonna do anything for him. Now that kind of leaves us in kind of hard choice because you probably might want to go with Ruthless Ambush. It's really good mastery, and especially on him I'm kind of slightly lacking damage on the first AoE nuke, even though I see my clanmates are not, but I might just go for this later instead of Heart of Glory. I will think about it, but I kind of want to get Ascensions up first, and then I will look back to it. The thing is that even though I mentioned that I'm lacking in a little bit of damage, but I can still get like 20 crit damage from gloves, 38 from blessings, and then like 20% from the chest and boots in total HP, since we lose it from gloves, and massive amount from blessings and so on. But I will gain so much more damage on him that I'm not sure I will actually need the Ruthless Ambush later. But if you can get couple kills at the start, I find that after that I have enough damage to one-shot even the tanky Narses with the kill streak mastery, so the damage is very close to being enough. And yeah, I don't think there's anything too special about the defense tree masteries. I wouldn't really go with anything else than this. Then let me quickly show you what build I'm running with Ankora today. So I was kind of debating if I were to put my crazy Duchess gear on her. Actually, let me show it from the Hell Hades website so you can get a better idea. Of course, in every video description I will have a link to my Hell Hades optimizer, and sometimes it might be outdated if I didn't like run it recently and I changed some builds, but you can basically see all of my current builds from the link, and I'm not gonna change it or remove it, so you can always check up on the builds. But this is what I'm running on Duchess, and ideally this is what I would want to run on Ankora as well, but I actually decided that I'm gonna keep my main gear on Duchess, and I basically put my second best bolster gear on Ankora, which you can see is way worse. But my plan today is to run both of them together. Of course this is gonna get better when I can get some chaos dusting here as well, but that's probably gonna take some time. But yeah, most of the time I'm gonna go with double nuker and double reviver, something that other people often do but is normally haven't been my strategy. But that's gonna be the plan today, and based on my testing in yesterday it kind of seems to make sense. Let me just quickly show you, like I was supposed to not play any fights, but I did play few fights, kind of testing it a little bit. It went super well. I think I could have easily won all of these fights too, but in this one fight that I lost, I kind of wanted to test to fight against a lockout team, and I think it will work against lockout team, but this team had both the Warlord lockouts, which also reduces your turn meter, and then the Lady Mikage, who can stun you with A3 and sleep you with A1, and is also constantly reducing your turn meter with passive and A3, and I basically didn't get a single turn against this guy, so that one didn't work out, but so far it went super well. Now let's see how good it goes in practice. To be honest, if I didn't talk so much and I started this session early, we might even get to 4.8k today, but we will see how it goes. It might also be that everybody else is first picking Narses and or banning him every fight. We will find out. And yeah, like I said, I had a little bit lack of sleep. I just ate and I'm slightly overexcited right now, so pardon my French. Anyway, so I don't think we're gonna go too much with UDK today, even though normally I do that a lot. But this is basically gonna be my main two first picks, assuming that they don't pick one of them. So he's going for some kind of speed team. Otherwise I would probably go with Wukong here. But I think he's gonna go with like Ronda and something else. Let's just actually go with early Angora so we can think about what we want to do. I think he's likely to go with something like Ronda on a team like this. It might be like Harima or something else too, but let's actually go with Helicat. That kind of gives us options as well, because we don't have to go with Nuke Helicat. I mean, we don't have to go with him as our main nuker. He could be our second nuker or third nuker, but he has to pick two nukers. He basically can't pick a buff strip now, except if he goes with Wukong, but I guess I could technically even ban the Wukong, but probably not. I mean, definitely not. I don't want to go against the Warlord with the Helicat. And yeah, I'm not gonna go for first pick or early pick Rotos today. I think in many fights I will leave that decision for later. Yeah, and if they go with Rotos, maybe I will just go with Xena. Maybe I can also get turns on Xena even if the Necret protection ends today, because Angora is gonna revive her at high turn meter. Okay, so in the first fight, Narses was banned as kind of expected. Yesterday when I did a couple of my test fights, he wasn't getting banned that much, but I hope I can get to use him enough today to actually showcase him on the video. But even if he gets banned, that means that I otherwise get a fairly good team. And even though I was kind of saying on my other video that I'm not sure if Angora is good enough by herself without her partner, but if we're always going for Angora and Narses, then I can actually kind of draft a very safe team if I open with Angora, Narses and Duchess, so I actually do like this combination. Okay, but we were too slow there, but the thing is that, as you can see, we now have a double reviver, and of course Angora is reviving at high turn meter, so we have a lot more room to try to adjust and actually get a turn. Now Rotos can decimate Xena still through the block damage, but hopefully we can stay away from it with the whale. And the White Queen, even though I'm not running Angora Snooker, it's always protecting my champion with highest crit damage from CC, and that's useful for every nuker. I guess we're gonna get the loss on the first fight though, it's not looking too good. Harima is still gonna be a pain, and I think lots of people are gonna pick Harima against Narses as well. And my other main champions like Wukong, Xena, Rotos, they all have issues with Harima. And I can't even kill the Rotos because of that pesky UDK. Wait, if I don't get the weak hit here, I can at least kill it, even if it does get revived. Come on. Okay. Nowhere enough damage with the decreased defense. I thought it would be, but no. Come on, get polymorph. Nope. Yeah, the one thing that even though Harima is insanely strong, she always has that inherent risk that you always have to... Okay, yeah, he's not getting polymorphed now, but you always have to play the dice roll, and if you get polymorphed, not only does she lose turns and lose HP and buffs, but her passive isn't gonna be up, and she's very prone to getting her team killed during that time. Okay, I wish we polymorphed the Harima instead of the Sifin, but we definitely lost this fight. Right? I don't think there's a comeback at this point. Let's go with the A2, because I think we can get 2 turns and we're definitely not gonna one-shot them, so might as well open with this. I think if my Angora would have the same type of gear like Narses, this would be super funny, but I'm not quite there yet. Yeah, I don't... We definitely can't get 2 kills with decrease AVAC debuff, sadly. We actually might have been very close if we didn't have it. Yeah, I will have to think about the... Which one do I want to even go for? Harima or Sifi? I feel like I actually should go for Harima. Yeah, not enough damage. If I could just get like... If I had the AoE nuke there, if I had like the cooldown reduced by masteries or something, that would have been it, but I think we finally lost. Right? It's a pretty close one, to be fair. This is a very hard team for me, so... And if we had the Wight King, we definitely would have won this fight. I wonder if people are gonna start... I was actually talking about this in my clan Discord as well. We are all in agreement that it's pretty certain that defense meta in Classic Arena is gonna change. You can't run the old Taras teams. I mean, I'm sure people are still gonna run Taras in defense, but they are not gonna run the same Taras defenses that they are now. But I was speculating that maybe people will go with double nuker, that they have Taras, and then they either have like Rotos, Harima, or maybe even Narses in the defense team. That might be the case, and Harima might get more use because she actually hasn't been very popular in Classic Arena. There was just no point in running her, because you could just easily farm her with Taras, who wouldn't be so much deterred by her passive, and it would be super safe full auto. But the thing is that Taras is now farmable with Narses, and Harima would be good against Narses, so we will see how it plays out. People might do the old tactic that originally on the release of Harima, when Rotos was still very meta, Mortu and Rotos were 2 maybe most popular nukers in defense, though Candy was very popular as well. But people were running Harimas not built for damage, but just as full tanks in a tanky stall team. Maybe people will run something like that to try to make it good against both Narses and Taros. Maybe. We will find out. Okay, so he opened with the Rotos and Stiffy, so this time we're definitely gonna go with the UDK. I kind of maybe regret not going early UDK in the last fight too. But he did late pick both the UDK and Rotos, so probably I shouldn't have actually gone for him, but yeah, let's go with these two. Maybe I could have used Necret in the last fight, but yeah, maybe actually Necret would have been the best option, to be honest. My Xena would have eaten a little bit less easy and wouldn't have died at the start, so. But since I put my Angora in bolster, like I said, I have 1.5 good bolster sets. Not 2 and definitely not 3, but my Necret is actually in Stone Skin right now, not in bolster, because I took half of his gear and gave it to Angora, so I didn't really have anything else to put my Necret into. And of course, Stone Skin is perfectly fine on Necret, but for my builds and strategies I kind of do prefer bolster. I mean, ideally I would have probably Duchess, Angora and Necret, all of them in 4-piece bolster and 4-piece Stone Skin, but I don't have accessories to do it and I don't have bolster to do it either. Okay, interesting. So we are against a speed team. We don't have Duchess this time. I'm kind of afraid that my Angora is just gonna get one shot by the AoE, but let's hope that Georgie doesn't... Oh yeah, he banned the UDK as well. Let's hope that Georgie doesn't proc Helm Smasher on first turn, but I think he's actually maybe gonna just open with the single target nuke on maybe Xena and then do the AoE nuke. Yeah. Xena had double protection, so too bad she didn't proc it. Okay, but now we're gonna revive Narses at high turn meter. Nice. And we got the protection on him. Okay, nice. Rotos isn't gonna die here, but well, let's see how many die. It might just be George it, but maybe George it and Arbiter. I don't think Siphi is gonna die. Maybe Arbiter doesn't even die because they don't have strength or shield. So, okay, even George it didn't die. So we're not gonna do double hit. Okay, I was expecting George to die there, but he did have the defense buff. And we definitely didn't proc Helm Smasher, to be clear. Okay. Not a great start. When I was testing in defense, I was absolutely decimating my enemies, but that is kind of lackluster start on the video. I kind of didn't want to go for the UDK, but he early picked the Rotos and Siphi, so I had to do it. But maybe I should have just... I kind of want to get the Duchess on the team. Maybe I shouldn't have gone with Necret instead. But, I mean, today was gonna be like a testing and first try video. Of course, I tried him many times already, but more proper detailed live arena session. But I was still kind of expecting to completely demolish my enemies. Just because on the couple fights I did yesterday I lost one, but even that was winnable, so... Okay, so that must be a nuke Nuke Wukong, so we could consider going with UDK again. Yeah, I think in this fight we're definitely still gonna go with UDK. I think this is probably my best team overall, to be honest, if I can draft it against the enemy. But I don't want to early pick UDK with this setup against just everything. So okay, we could even now consider... Okay, maybe we should try it for the sake of video that let's not ban the lockout, let's actually ban the Harima. The issue here though is that he's probably gonna ban my UDK with Wukong, I assume, and Wukong can totally like one-shot us in the right situation. Okay, he didn't ban UDK. I guess he wasn't expecting me to ban the Harima. But the thing is, I think I kind of explained this on the other video as well, but Rotos has low cooldowns, only 3 turn cooldowns at tops, and Ankara has kind of the same, or I mean Narses, and then Ankara has a chance to reset my cooldowns by 2 turns every time she does A1, so if she can just survive, which she is gonna against this team, we might even get lucky and instantly get our nukes back on the first turn. Though I guess Ankara is actually faster than, slower than Narses. Both of my nukers are faster than Ankara because I didn't have good enough gear to spare for her, but she might also proc counter attack from masteries or revenge accessories, so there is that chance as well, which I probably recommend using on her, but of course reaction is good too. Okay, let's just... I kind of wanted to A1 the Siphi, but she has the defense buff, so let's not do that. Okay, the fight is already over. Didn't get a lot of... Oh, okay. Didn't finish. Didn't get a lot of Narses showcase in first 3 fights, but hopefully we will have it soon. But if you're here for the Narses showcase, then you could just skip these fights and find the fights where he actually gets played a lot. I think yesterday when I was testing, people kind of wanted to see the Narses, and that's why he wasn't... Did he get banned just once? No, he actually did get banned twice. Never mind. Yeah. I'm pretty sure Mursu, at least, a Finnish guy like me, I'm pretty sure he wanted to fight against Ankara, at least in the first fight, and didn't ban it because of that, but... Also another thing that I'm definitely gonna do, but I didn't do today because I already ran out of silver and I had to sell stuff to get money to do the bills. But I'm gonna retire Initve from Classic Arena offense. I mean, it should be fairly obvious. But that means that I can build him for Classic Arena, Live Arena again. Right now he's in that 150 speed build, which I need with the Chamile strategy. He needs to be very slow on purpose, but now I'm gonna make a fast init van. I can surprise people sometimes when they pick Rotos and Wukong against me, which happens very often. Okay, we didn't get the Duchess. We're kind of having the same issue in today's fights, that we're not able to draft the ideal perfect teams that I would generally want. But either I'll go with UDK and Narses or Necret and Narses. Let's go with UDK and... UDK and Ankara, yeah. I still don't want to miss out on Rotos, even though I don't really have the early pick it always with Angora, since I'm always picking Angora first. Or like early pick UDK, but I still want to use Rotos because he's my second best nuclear, or probably, I mean, right now he's the best one because he has way better gear than Narses, but I think after I get the gear fixed up it's gonna change. But we're gonna go with the Xeno strategy again. I might even go for Wukong ban. Depends what his last pick is. Oh, it's a Warlord, then that's a no-go. I do still have the Lightning Gauge. I really need to have the attack. Well, I guess I only have the attack buff from her passive in this fight anyway, so as long as she cuts in, she's gonna get a turn with that, and after that it's not as big deal if she gets it stolen, or I can still protect it maybe for maybe with Lightning Gauge, but that attack buff is only for one turn, so I don't even need the protection. I was gonna say that I can protect the attack buff with Lightning Gauge, possibly, because she really needs the attack buff, unlike Rotos or Narses, but okay, heads are definitely gonna roll here. Siphi is for sure gonna die if we don't proc reaction. Yeah, and I mean, and that was definitely 67k damage without Helm Smasher proc, so could have been better. Okay, and now we can revive Narses with turn meter. It would have also been with his cooldowns back, but he already got them, or like he didn't use them, so. We would also have the revive, block revive on A3, but they need to have 3 buffs for it, so not gonna happen here. And we can't kill the Duchess, but let's still go for the AoE. And the double hit on AoE is only gonna happen if they have shield or strengthen. So like I mentioned at the start, it's gonna be a hard counter against Taras and Marichka, but unless enemy is running Bolster, it's not gonna be OP against everything else. It's still gonna be very good, but they definitely designed Narses in a more balanced way than they did Taras, so I hope they do this more in the future as well. Let's actually kill the Wukong. I don't want to give him a turn right now. Okay, now I think we can test showcase the block revive. Let's block revive the Siphi. And that skill would have hit them twice, so it does hit fairly hard. In Classic Arena, the issue is that at least for now, every team is running UDK, and he's always gonna take one hit of that. So the AoE nuke is still your main damage. But in live arena, that skill is going to be super strong as well, and it also helps him rotate his AoE very well. So you generally want to still open with the AoE and then do that skill, and if you get the extra turn, then you might get the AoE back very fast, especially when Angora can also reset his cooldowns. Wait, did I already say it? Let's check out Reddit in a second if there's what's going on Reddit. Are they talking about Angora? Are they happy about him or complaining, or what do we have today? Yeah, let's not go with UDK. If I'm gonna pick it, it's gonna be my last pick. Also with this team comp I have interesting setup, and I can already kind of leak you that I'm gonna run something like that in Classic Arena offense as well. I mean, there's not too much leaking because I already attacked people a lot, so you can probably see my defense log and me trying different teams against you. But Narses is the lowest HP on this team, unless I pick Rotos and they don't ban it, but if he's my only nuker, he's actually gonna get protected by Necret, which... oh, he went with UDK, god damn it. I wasn't expecting him to do it. Should I go with Helicast? Let's go with Helicast, yeah. If he wants to play those games, then let's play the games. My Helicat is definitely gonna be able to kill this team because he only has one reviver, so that's not the question here. But the Necret will protect Angora in the right conditions, and even though he's not godly tanky like Taras is against everything, except Taras, but not even his AoE nuke. But with Necret protection he's definitely well enough tanky, and because he already has kind of his own extra turn mechanic, and Angora can reset his skills both with A1 and A3, he kinda doesn't need cooldown reset as badly as some other champions would. I think a lot of people are gonna run Angora offense with either Kaimar or Yumeko, maybe even double Yumeko or something like that, but he can do it even without that. Okay, so he did ban the Angora. I mean, that's fine. Surely Helicat can kill off this team. He has a very tanky Siphi, but I don't think that's gonna cut it. Wait, let's see. People were giving me the advice yesterday how I can do this properly. Wait. No? Wait. I'm trying to minimize the screen so that I can show Reddit, but give me a second. Ah, I misclicked there. Wasn't it Windows key or was it Shift? Damn, people told me in comments how to do it and it worked, but I forgot what exactly the button it was. I'm pretty sure it was Windows key and left, or just scrolling it to the side of the screen. Damn, am I this bad at... Okay, never mind. Okay, this is what I wanted. Good. And then let's get Reddit on the other screen, and now we're starting to look a bit better. Let me double check that it doesn't look horrible on the video. Okay. Perfect. But it didn't... Okay. It's kind of not showing the dots as it isn't the most perfect setup, but bear with me, I just want to see what's going on the Reddit. Okay, I was scrolled out. Yeah, my bad, I'm still a noob. I'm trying to set up the streaming stuff better, but I will get it over time. And by the way, thanks for everybody that has given me tips how to do things better. The thing that I just did, like showing my face in a dramatic way like this, Noobkex was telling me to use this strategy, so thanks a lot for him for that, but other people gave me a lot of good tips like the dual screen setup I got right now. But yeah, I'm super interested if Reddit is talking about King Narses. It doesn't look like they are. Okay, they are good. I hate it when it does that thing that I'm looking at the other screen and scrolling on the browser, but it keeps doing it on my raid screen, and everybody is always not happy with getting the camera angle shifted like that. Would have been better with combination with Helicat if we had the UDK here, so we would always proc the passive, but surely we can kill the Siphi event without the UDK, right? Okay, I think that's all the threads that we have about Narses. Kind of surprising. I was expecting to potentially have some very big threads about him, but doesn't look like we do. Do I even want to revive the... Actually, let's revive it with Duchess and not Narses, because otherwise he's gonna target it and or Necret, and Necret isn't gonna have block damage buff and isn't gonna proc Helicat damage. Also, the White Queen is protecting us from sleep on Helicat, which is pretty nice. Okay, let's look at the Reddit. I have played with every single new champion they released in the past year, and I can confidently say that Narses is the strongest champion since Taras. Lazarus is second strongest. Narses and Queen are shifting the meta. For me, for those who have the shards, this is the place to use them. No question about it. You can summon him now or try later when chasing him. Give it a few days and you'll all see in Platinum rankings is Narses / Queen sprinkled in with Taras and Marichka. Most of the last 10 voids have been other garbage, but this is the one. Yeah, I was kind of speculating that in my clan Discord as well. Like I already mentioned, that I was kind of expecting to maybe see double nuker defense teams, which would be Taras and then one other nuker. Potentially Narses, but my clanmates were kind of saying that they don't really think anybody is gonna use Narses in defense because he's very prone to get in one shot and not tanky like Harima or Rotos. But we will see, like if you run like a super fast Siphi, maybe you run it with like Marichka, Narses and like any nuker, like not any nuker, Marichka, Narses, Taras and Siphi. Maybe that could be a good team if you're really fast. And you build like a really fast Narses, though what I saw from other people, since he's kind of considered an offense specialist at this point at least, which can totally change, but probably he's mostly gonna be used in offense, if at all in defense. But I don't think people are going super fast speeds on him right now. That is totally subject to change, but I think a lot of the Taras teams are gonna go with 4-piece or even 6-piece stone skin, and might go with slower builds than usual. And people are probably gonna go with a little bit slower Narses to try to deal with that. I fought them earlier and my Rotos blasted them to Kingdom Come. I lost, however, because an Okay, bug. Okay. Yeah, it's basically what I was saying, that he isn't tanky, so he does have that issue. Yeah, we're having super hard time killing the Siphi, but I'm still kind of hopeful that we can get it done with proper timing on the ally attacks. Oh, here's an interesting question. A couple people already asked me about this as well. Annoyingly, I didn't go for the fusion, but I have the shards to go for Narses. How good do we think he is standalone? Does he compare with Taras? And, well, like I mentioned many times before, Narses is mostly like a Taras counter and Meritska counter, and not like Taras that he's broken and godlike against everything. Anything can basically easily one-shot Narses if you don't protect him in some way. But yeah, I do think he's good enough even without his partner. You would definitely want to have the partner, but the partner gives him utility. His damage doesn't rely on the partner, so I do think you can use him standalone. I would recommend going for her. Chances are that you can get the partner down the line anyway, so I wouldn't miss out on Narses, to be honest. If you care about arena, that is. But yeah, I was really hoping to get a lot of Narses fights on video today. But this is what I was fearing, that we're not gonna get to play him a lot, and we're already 1 hour in and barely used him. I think in 2 fights, and he didn't play a massive role. We didn't get like a proper showcase of him being the only nuker and destroying the enemy team. Hopefully we will have one of those fights. It's definitely gonna happen, but I think he's so good that a lot of people are gonna ban him, depending what other stuff you run, of course. But this already happened to me multiple times today, that they know that Protoss is my... we don't want to go with the ally attack yet. They know that Protoss is my second best nuker or first best nuker, and they're gonna go with Harima and UTK and then ban my Narses. That's why I didn't really want to go with Protoss on this fight. I mean, I couldn't have gone with Protoss. I could have gone with Xena, but with this setup, with both Harima and Taras, I don't think I could have beaten this team with Xena. That's why I went for Helicat, who is clearly having issues, but it's kind of close, and we're reducing his defense with the Cruelty Blessing, but I don't have it at 6-star, in which case we would definitely be able to kill this, because we can reduce the Siphi defense by 40%. But we have a chance to reset our cooldowns with either Refresh proc on Necret or White Queen A1. So I think it's kind of little bit down to RNG, but if I can get ally attacks on the right situation, I can definitely kill the Siphi. Even though it's not looking super good at this point. And yeah, I didn't really want to go with Helicat against this team, but both Xena and Protoss would have lost, and Helicat was kind of my only option at this point, and of course he was gonna ban the Narses if my nukers are Helicat and him, and he has this very tanky setup. If he had a bit faster and more squishy Siphi, this could have been very easy though. I kind of had to take the chance and see what I get. Yeah, let's just waste the ally attack to restore the cooldowns. I mean, I am gaining points, but the fights could have been a lot more interesting. We kind of drew the short draw, at least so far. Is it short draw or short draw? I guess it's the short draw. I guess you get my point either way. I should have slept longer and went to sleep, but I was having way too much fun with Narses yesterday. But maybe if I slept longer, I may have been able to farm more Chaos Dust overnight, and maybe I could have gotten upgrades on the boots or gloves, but of course it comes down to RNG. The sad thing is that I'm running the super slow Sand Devil team with Tomblord Drang and Guardseeker Aniri. I would want to run the setup with slow Guardseeker, but I only have her with 2-star blessing and it isn't quite enough to do it. But if anyone has any other good suggestion, then tell me. But I also don't have the Blizzard. I wasn't able to do that, so I was trying some weird setup yesterday with just using my tanky Datsus, but it wasn't quite good enough. I mean, I'm gonna run out of games at some point, and I'm definitely using all of my games to farm Chaos Dust for now, but I would definitely want to have a faster team on Sand Devil if I can figure out something. I'm kind of tempted to try to go for a 5-star Guardseeker with the tier 2 souls, but it would be a big waste. I really shouldn't do it. We're getting kind of close many times, like if we can do one Necret ally attack and then one normal Helicat attack, then Siphi is like 20% HP, but we're just like barely missing the damage to actually finish her off, so... And Helicat can't even weak hit on Harima, so that we could get rid of his passive and maybe do slightly more damage, but it's not possible with his passive, so Helicat can't hit on Harima at all. And of course, if anyone has any good ideas or recommendations, then tell me in the comments. I'm always open to get better teams in PvP. But I mean, like I said, I did classic arena testing, and I did just a couple of fights that you saw on live arena, so I'm still experimenting here, and we're definitely still running into the same issue that they either pick Rotos or they draft a team that I can't go with Rotos against them, and then they ban Narses, so I'm still definitely exploitable that way, but it is way better than it used to be. And maybe I can figure out something, or maybe I will eventually get Harima. If I had Harima right now, I would probably open with Harima, and I don't know, maybe they would pick Narses then every time, but maybe I would go for first pick Harima, or like not first pick, but one of the early ones, and then I could not face her, or maybe I could even go with triple nuker and use both Rotos and Harima and Narses. But for now, it's this was a slow fight, and I don't think anybody is gonna win it. If anybody were to win this fight, I would definitely win it, but I didn't get the crazy RNG with refresh procs or Angora A1 that I would have needed. Yeah, as you can see, we both have disgustingly tanky and unkillable teams, so time to nerf UDK. I think it might probably be easier to get UDK nerfed than Taras, to be honest, so there's a possibility that he would get nerfed at some point. Okay, so we had a tie, haven't had one of those matchups in a while. Wait, why isn't it already ending? Okay, now it ended. Okay, so we both lost points, it was a tie, but like I said, I couldn't have used any other nuker than Hellicat because he picked a super tanky team like that, and he countered Protoss and Xena, so I had to go for this and hope his Siphi wasn't tanky, but it was also a +2 Siphi and tanky build, so... Okay, come on. Now let's get the fight with Narses. I feel like I didn't get to showcase you guys what I experienced when using him off video, but I hope we can capture it in at least one fight. I'm sure it will happen like a lot in the future, but the first video is kind of gonna be anticlimactic if we barely get any action in with Narses. And in those two fights that we had action with him, other fight we lost, and the other fight Protoss already like half killed their team, and then Narses just finished it off, but it wasn't anything super spectacular or exciting. And yeah, Angora definitely isn't like a priority pick. You could totally save this as the last one, but I'm kind of going for it as an early pick and safe pick, that I first see what they pick and then I can decide what to do. Because I'm gonna go with anyway, so might as well. Okay, yeah, we met the UDK again. But actually in this team, well, his last nuker might very well be Harima, but at least he's not also gonna have lockout, so we should go with Trotos. Should I maybe even go with... I think Xena could be good here as well, to be honest. Yeah, I'm actually kind of tempted to go with Xena. Should I go with Xena and Arbiter? It's a very unusual team for me, but maybe we will go with this. I totally could have gone with Rotos and ban UDK, and maybe I will regret it, but now I can also ban... I don't have to ban UDK, so I can ban one of the nukers if I want to. Okay, he went with Rotos. Interesting. Should we actually go for the Wukong ban? I think Narses is higher HP. I mean, higher HP than Arbiter though, so if he bans Xena, Necrot is gonna protect Arbiter. I wasn't really planning to use this team, so we might be in trouble, but let's see what happens. Okay, he banned Necrot. That kind of makes sense too. But at least we kind of have him in a pseudo checkmate, that either he uses the Sifi turn meter boost and lets our Xena cut in, or our Arbiter does a turn meter boost and we cut in either way. But the issue here, as you can see, is that we definitely can't one-shot the Protoss with Xena, and he's gonna instantly get a turn after we nuke, and he can definitely one-shot anybody in our team. Maybe I should have opened with the A2. That might have been a mistake. That's funny. So he went with the A3, which would ignore the Swift Parry, but I don't understand how that's even possible. He did proc the Swift Parry. Did he like literally hit us to 1 HP, but for some reason he didn't kill us with the A3. I don't know how that's possible, to be honest. Okay, at least we're gonna get some... Actually, no. He doesn't have Bolster, so Narses isn't gonna do the double hit with the nuke. Maybe we will actually open with the... Should I open with the... No, yeah, let's go with the A3 actually. So we don't proc the Rotos passive. Just yet. And yeah, that's definitely a weakness that Narses has, that if they don't have shield and if they don't have strengthen, he's not gonna hit that hard. Now they have shield though. If I can just get a turn with Narses, he's gonna nuke. Why isn't he using the revive? Now we can't showcase the nuke damage because the Duchess is already low and UDK is in Stone Skin. Well, we will get there. This was still a pretty hard team and I was able to defeat it, so I'm definitely making a lot of progress, but it just doesn't look super shiny for the Narses showcase video. Okay, so we're 3-3 right now. Not the most impressive, but let's get like a 5-win streak at the end. Come on. I guess we're not gonna get 4.8k this video, but maybe on the next one. Also, I'm really hoping that I will get Blessing to him soon, but there's also a possibility. I don't have any inside information about it, but there's of course the possibility that they might do a Blessing event for him. And granted, they already did one for Ankara, but there has been some Blessing events in past that we get a new champion like Wukong, and they don't do the event instantly. They do it maybe like after a couple weeks or a month, and at that point many people have already gotten the Blessing, and then they do it. So they might still do it even if they don't do it in the nearest future. Maybe we will just go for like brute force and force the Protoss in this fight. Let's try this setup. Are we gonna meet Harima? If he doesn't have... Okay, he doesn't have Harima. Interesting. But Xena is definitely a good counter against us. And I'm not gonna be able to go first. with the Wukong. And I can't use Helicat because he doesn't have damage to deal with this team. I'm almost thinking of going with triple nuke. I mean with quadruple nuker. That could be kind of funny if we could pull that off. Should I do it? I'm kind of tempted to go for it. Let's do a meme team and see if I can pull off a quadruple nuke. This kind of makes sense in a weird way, but it might seem super dumb and me trolling in the morning. But what I'm thinking here is that he can kill one champion with the Cardiel ally attack. But if he does it, then he's gonna proc Xena passive. And then he can also kill one champion with Ronda A2. But after that I will still have 2 champions. Since he went with the Tormin, he's definitely not gonna ban the Helicat. I think we must go for the Tormin ban. Okay, so I think he's probably gonna maybe ally attack on my Xena and hope that she doesn't get weak hits. And then A2 my Narses. That would make sense, but if Xena can survive the ally attack and she does have 2 reaction accessories and Ronda can weak hit on her, but if she does survive it, I think I might actually be able to win this fight. If I get a win here, it might be the first quadruple nuker team win in gold. Maybe not, but if there is any of those, there can't be too many, surely. I would almost think that nobody has ever done it, but probably somebody has trolled with this like me, I'm sure. I'm sure somebody has run like a double card seeker or basically everything. Okay, we had a decent start, but can we actually finish this fight off is the real question. We still have the UDK, so we're not gonna get slept by Siphi, but then he does have basically triple reviver or 2 revivers with a pseudo reviver and a lot of heals. And basically we have 2 turns time to finish him off, then it's gonna be over. At least the revive on death isn't gonna revive them with turn meter, so might be doable. But then I guess he still has the Duchess revive as well. Come on, get a crit. If we get a crit here, that would be great. On Siphi. Okay, no. God damn it. Yeah, okay. Now it's looking very bad. Come on, please, no weak hit. No weak hit. Okay, good, good. She doesn't have revive, right? I don't think she has. Yeah, I think we won at this point. There you go. I might not have been super King Narses domination today, but I think we're gonna get the win with quadruple nuker team. Okay, let's not. Yeah, he's gonna do this Duchess revive, and Duchess does have the revive up now. I don't think we can kill it with Helicat. Do we have the damage to do it? Let's try. Ah, yeah. I should have gone for the Cardiel. I hope Cardiel doesn't do the revive on... Oh, she doesn't have revive. Okay. And we're gonna get the block damage up now, so... Should be... Well, at least we're gonna continue longer. I'm not sure if it's fine, but... At least it's not over just yet. Wait. How did she... Oh, it was with Cardial ally attack. I was confused. How did she sleep us with the Siphi through UDK passive? But I guess the Cardial ally attack works in a mysterious way. That it didn't break the actual Siphi sleep. I think I've seen that before too with Lady Mikake. I don't know if I should go for the AoE nuke. Let's go for A1. We might have gotten Fear too, so it wouldn't have been wise to waste it. I think she's gonna get the Ronda up now, and even if Ronda can't kill us, she might just do the A2 on Xena and block her cool. Oh, she didn't. Okay. She could block Xena's cooldowns with the A2, but oh, nice. That was a mistake. He shouldn't have gone for the Narses revive. I don't know if I should go for the AoE either. I probably shouldn't go for the AoE. Because she... Now let's go for the AoE. She might revive Ronda with high turn meter, and that may have been a mistake. But okay, Ronda didn't die, and is Xena gonna get a turn before Ronda? This is basically gonna decide the fight. If Ronda goes first, I think I lost. But I think I should have enough turn meter. Dude, this is the weirdest fight and it's super exciting. Come on. Let me have a win with... God damn it. I think Xena is just gonna get locked out here. No? Okay, he made a mistake. He shouldn't have gone for the AoE nuke. Surely my Xena can clean the house now. We're definitely gonna get double kill here, and it's gonna reset the cooldowns, and... Okay, everybody died. Yeah. Yeah. This wasn't really thanks to Narses that we got the win, but this was thanks to my pure genius and my weird troll tactics that we got this, but we did get the win with quadruple nuker team. Don't forget that the last champion in this team, it wasn't the Duchess or anything like that, it was a Rotos, so it was a quad nuker win. Maybe first in gold, but probably not. Not that I have ever seen it, at least. Okay, yeah, I'm begging you, Leon, don't ban the Narses. Let us use him in one fight and showcase him properly on the video. Not like you can see it on real time, but I'm kind of I'm trying to like spiritually interact with him. Please don't do it. Don't ban Narses. Come on. He has the Taras. Maybe he's then gonna go with Marichka, so we could even have a really good matchup with him, as long as he doesn't ban Narses, which he's probably super tempted to do. But don't do that. Let your curiosity win here and actually play against the Narses and see if you can win this or not. Come on. I mean, he has fully empowered Taras, so he might have a really tanky and strong team, and maybe he can even deal with the my scuffed Narses whose gear isn't dusted yet. Maybe he's gonna go with double lockout actually. What's the worst that he could do here? Like, is he just gonna go with Diffie and George it, maybe? Maybe Harima and Sifi? Yeah, he doesn't know what he's gonna do either. He's thinking about it thoroughly. Okay, George it and Cardiel. That's interesting. We got Cardiel 2 fights in a row. He's surprisingly popular. It's not like I never see him. I do see him a decent amount actually. Wait, we didn't fight against this guy on the last fight. I don't think it was against him. Do I want to go with Rotos? It's a hard choice. It's not like Rotos has incredible matchup against the Georgid, but he does have good matchup against Taras. But he's gonna go like... Do I really want to do this? Or should I actually go for the... No, he's gonna have so many buffs if I don't ban Taras as well. I'm screwed here either way I go. Let's still go for the Trixia ban, but I was considering banning either one of his nukers, but he has so many buffs that if I don't ban Taras, he's gonna one-shot my team, and Georgid is gonna one-shot my team as well, so I'm screwed either way. Maybe he doesn't proc Helm Smasher with Georgid or something like that. Okay, Ankara died instantly. And now Narses got stunned because there was no Ankara passive protection. Okay, and now Rotos is gonna die A1. He's just totally crucifying my team. Maybe if Rotos procs Helm Smasher. Okay. Nope. I was being super hopeful there. Maybe if Rotos procs Helm Smasher, surely then I can one-shot his team with Rotos and clean the house, but nope. Not today. Let me quickly... That team was super bonkers though. Yeah. He had the Xenogenesis with both Georgid and Taras, and both of his nukers are with Big Star Blessing as well. Xenogenesis is definitely issue. I think some people might even could you run it with like double nuker, like Narses being one of them in offense? That might be a weird team. The issue is that there's a lot of reaction and stone skin, and I think people are gonna do more of that in the future, specifically because of Narses and still wanting to use Taras and Marichka in defense despite Narses because they are so good. And I think the way to do that is gonna be with even more stone skin than they're already doing, so... And probably I'm slightly disappointed with this session, I'm not gonna lie. On my testing it was bonkers, but Narses is getting banned every fight, and we had couple bad fights and couple just really tough enemies. I think I can do better on the next video, but if I do play live arena again today, I'm definitely not gonna post it today, but I might do another session just because I want to keep playing with him, and it was so fun to use Narses. Okay, he took both the Duchess and Necret. I don't think I really want to go with the early UDK. I think I'm just gonna go Rotos blind like this without UDK, because he still has to pick 2 nukers and 1 support, and in the worst case he picks like 2 nukers, including Harima and then UDK. But I could go with Wukong and ban the UDK, so he can't go with lockout at this point. Okay, Lazarus and Harima. That's interesting. And Lazarus is of course gonna ignore shields and do block buff debuff, so it's good against both Necret and Elicat. Maybe we should actually go with Arbiter here. Should I go with Arbiter and Wukong? This is gonna be kind of squeezy team, but yeah, let's go with that. And if he goes with UDK now, I'm just gonna ban it, so it's not a big deal. Oh, he went with Tormin, but we're just gonna ban that. No need to think about it too much, so I was expecting to ban it anyway. I hope this video doesn't kill the Narses hype. Not that I'm trying to hype him for Plarium or anything like that, trust me, but yeah, I don't want to I don't want to pressure anybody in buying shards, but if you're into arena and you miss out on this, then you might not, you might regret it later. Let's put it that way. And I was kind of expecting that this was gonna happen, that he was gonna get banned in every single fight, but I really wanted to make like a hype video for him, but it didn't happen this time. Who do we even want to ban here? I mean, not ban Polymorph, either Harima or the Necret, but I think I'm actually gonna go for the... No, let's go for Harima. Ah, I'm too slow. Okay, I was being silly. I forgot that he banned the Narses, so of course we should have Polymorph the Harima. I'm being dumb. My bad. I hope I didn't throw the fight by trolling like that. Well, maybe my Wukong can actually survive the nuke now and not get that. Oh, okay, he went for the single target one. I was gonna say that maybe I wouldn't get locked out, but he didn't even go for Wukong. Yeah, Swiss set is totally forgotten and not relevant, but it's nice to see it be slightly useful sometimes. I think we're just gonna go for the turn meter boost and not even try to save it. The chances are that Arbiter is gonna die first anyway, and Angora is gonna revive her with her cooldowns back up. Actually, that wasn't my intention, but the opening with the A3 instead of A2 was actually really really good idea. It wasn't really my idea, but it was a very good accident. Let's put it that way. Yeah, he wasn't able to put the whale, and now we are in a very strong position. And I was talking about this already during the Angora video, even before Narses, but the revive with Angora does have some very interesting synergies that you could do with it. Let me actually show it to you in Classic Arena. Or actually, I'm probably not gonna be able to get the right setup, but there's some interesting things here, like you saw that just now that she reset the cooldowns of Arbiter, meaning that she could do 10 meter boost and revive again. But you could even do it with pairing Angora either with Kaimar or Yumeko, and they could be resetting their each other's cooldowns, and it can be super strong. Okay, let's go with the early UDK this time. Let's see what happens. No, let's not do it because I do like my Necret. Okay, yeah, that was a good idea because UDK isn't gonna do anything against the Mikage passive. I mean the Mikage ally attack, so that was good. Okay, Necret and what else? Maybe we're even gonna go with triple nuker on this one. If I go with Rotos now, he's gonna pick like UDK for sure, but yeah, let's do it. I may go for Necret, I may go for Helicat or even Wukong. We will see. Interesting, he went with Mesomel. I think we're gonna actually go with the Wukong and then ban the Mesomel. Should I do it? I'm not gonna have the Wight Queen then, but I feel like it kind of makes sense because he's probably gonna ban Narses. Let's face it. I was too slow. I was gonna switch it up to the Angora last second, but I was too slow. Anyway, we have to ban the Mesomel. Again, I screwed it up. And he did let me have the Narses. I should have been faster and picked the Angora. That was my bad. I have done it so many times, it's kind of pointless to even apologize for it, but I did it again. Well, I guess we're at least getting a test fight just with Angora without his partner, so let's see what happens. Oh yeah, and I'm running super cancer strategy that I have everybody in Stone Skin except Narses, who is protected by Necret. But are we gonna have enough damage here? We're not getting... He doesn't have Strengthen or Shield. We're not gonna double hit. He has the Harima passive and we're not getting our cooldowns reset by Narses, so I mean by Angora. So it's gonna be a little bit of struggle. But then on the other token, he doesn't have UDK and there's tons of buffs. I'm pretty sure I can just kill the... Okay, especially after this one. I hope Harima doesn't die here, but I think I can just kill the Harima with the A3 on next turn and block revive her. Yeah, okay, I think we're good. Okay, maybe it wasn't that bad accident. We got a little bit showcase without Angora, and I think we can also display his A3 as well, because even though A2 is definitely the main nuke, but let me actually... I forgot what the multipliers are on the A3. The A3 does have very high multipliers. Let me double check it so I don't give bad information. Oh yeah, it had the weird multiplier. It has a multiplier of 0.2, but it hits twice, and then it gets 50% increased damage per buff on you and enemy, so up to 100% increased damage. So it can basically have like a multiplier of 0.8, which is insanely high. multiplier, by the way. That's higher multiplier than Tara's A2. But if you kill a target with 3 buffs or more, like we did just now, it's gonna block revive the enemy, and that is gonna be very good. So it's gonna be interesting to see how it plays out from now on, because basically Narses is kind of disincentivizing people to use both Bolster and Marichka, because he gets extra damage against shields and strengthen. But then also if they're running out of buffs like Siphi, he can do a block revive. So, but it's not like people can run around naked in Classic Arena or Live Arena and not use any buffs, because champions are so tanky nowadays. Maybe people are actually gonna go with the tanky Harima build like I was talking about before. I totally see that happening, even though nobody's running that build right now. By the way, if you're wondering why I'm playing full auto and disrespecting him, but the thing is that, like I mentioned, Harima is block revived, so it's not like he can do anything here, so it's faster to just auto it and have fast animations. Another block revive. By the way, an interesting thing to point out about block revive, this is another Plarium like BS shenanigans. I don't know what they're doing. Maybe it was an accident. Maybe they did it like maliciously on purpose. I don't know why, but so the King Narses block revive, you can even see it on the tooltip. It says that it's a debuff, and it literally happened to me in the fights. You can get polymorphed if you block revive a target with Narses. To be clear, this doesn't happen with any other block revive. Maybe there's some other specific one, but I don't think any other block revive does it. Certainly Init block revive isn't a debuff, and you can't get polymorphed if you block revive a Siphi or something, but it can happen with Narses, and it has happened to me, so don't be confused if it happens to you as well. I did already ask about it in the CC chat, but it's the weekend and I haven't gotten any reply yet if it was an accident or why they did it, but hopefully they will reply to me. But I'm sure the CMs need to ask the developers about it, and they can't give me an answer right now. And even though the CMs do talk on weekends, but I'm sure the developers don't. So, and if you have anything else you want me to ask from the community managers in relation to Narses or anything else, then hit me up and I will ask the hard questions there. I do ask questions all the time, and they do answer them generally as well, so it's not like they are avoiding my questions, but the answers aren't always what I want to hear, so. Okay, should we just go for the UDK this time? Oh, wait, he went with the Cardial team. Wait, I forgot which team this was, but we definitely fought against him before, and I think we lost that fight. Yeah, I think I have to do another session today. I want to get a play session where I maybe get to use... Oh, it's that team, goddammit. Where I maybe get to use Narses a bit more. And I'm also definitely gonna hit 4.8k, so I think I'm gonna play later as well if I don't fall asleep, because I barely slept last night. Okay, so he's running the charge. Maybe we should actually go with UDK. UDK is gonna be good against this. And maybe we're not gonna go with Anchor at all. We might go with Necret actually. Or maybe I should pull off the triple nuker again and go with Xena. If he doesn't ally attack, maybe I should actually do it. I should totally do it. If he doesn't ally attack the Xena now, then Xena is gonna cut in. I think he has to basically do it. Unless I think Shu Chen was the fastest. Was it Guardian or Shu Chen? But he could also give Georgie the extra turn with Shu Chen and not open with the single target nuke but the AoE nuke. In that case he could maybe kill both Xena and Narses before I get a turn. Let's go for the HP aura, but I don't think it's gonna help me that much. But it will be kind of funny if we get a win with quadruple nuker and triple nuker team on the same video, which are pretty much meme teams, except the only times you really see triple nuker is with some super tanky Harima setups, but he has a super insane team. I don't think we can take... Oh, he did open with the ally attack, but Georgie is in the stone skin and so is Taras, so I don't think it's gonna be good enough. Maybe if, we did nuke through the stone skin, but if my Rotos got some reaction procs, or maybe if my Xena was empowered or had 4-star blessing, I might have actually been able to kill that George, but we gave it our best shot. It's just a pretty nasty team to deal with, especially for someone like me. Of course, this is only viable because I don't have Harima. He would have 0% chance if somebody picks Harima against it, and he will always have to ban Harima. So this might seem super strong and totally game breaking, but it is totally counterable. I'm just not able to do it myself. Harima was definitely a good addition and needed to the game, even though I hate Harima and I would do much better in both Classic Arena and Live Arena if she didn't exist, but I do acknowledge that she was basically like a balance check that was needed for the sake of the game balance, so it is what it is. I mean, I do wish Harima didn't exist and I would do way better if she didn't, but if I'm being honest and non-partisan about it, she is good for the sake of PvP. Okay, early UDK, probably we're gonna see him go with Rotos, maybe Harima as well. Probably gonna be a Xena fight for me. Maybe I should go with Arbiter and Necret. Let's go for Angora and Necret and not reveal yet that I'm gonna go with Arbiter. I hope he picks like a very slow team, which kind of looks like he's going to, and I'm expecting to see like Harima, Rotos and then one support. Okay, Mikage. Then it's not gonna be a slow team unless I ban the Mikage. It's probably gonna be a coin toss if my Arbiter is faster than the Mikage, but I could consider banning it as well. Helicat might have been option 2 instead of Arbiter, assuming that I was gonna ban the Mikage, but let's just go with this setup. Come on, let's get... Oh, again Tormin. Okay, it's good because I definitely could not have banned what I wanted. Let me think about this. Ankora is gonna protect me from... I don't think I have to really ban the Tormin. This might be a giant mistake, but I don't really think I have to ban the Tormin. Let's ban the Harima. I have the immunity from Necret, which he banned, but then Ankora passive is also gonna remove the CC from my champion that has highest crit damage, and actually I can't recall out of top of my head who has the highest. I think it's gonna be Xena, but let me double check. No, it's gonna be Narses actually. Yeah, okay, that's fine. So it was kind of like a double whammy that he could CC one of my nukers, but he couldn't CC everything no matter what he banned, so it was gonna work out, yeah. That's an interesting, another new perspective that we're discovering a lot of weird niche setups today, but yeah, White Queen Ankora can be a Tormin counter. Who knew? And I guess we did find some uses for Ankora even without Narses today, and we also did get to use Narses without Ankora, and he was very good in that fight. Probably overall, or definitely Narses is the better one out of the two without the partner, but neither one is terrible, let's put it that way. And if you can, even if your Narses gets banned, but you're going with the duo, if you're running a double reviver team, wait, I kind of want to see if the A3 has enough damage to kill the Narses, but no, let's go with the A2. It's not gonna be a double hit again, to be clear. It would be if he had bolster, but with the double reviver setup, I think Ankora is actually pretty good as well. Especially if the other reviver is something like maybe Siphi or Arbiter rather than Duchess, because those are gonna have turn meter manipulation and revive with turn meter. And every time they die, Ankora is gonna reset the cooldowns, and I think her revive is only 3 turn cooldown as well. Let me double check, because I don't think we have time to do 2 fights anymore, but we're not gonna miss the last fight even if I take a look at this. Yeah, so it's a 3 turn cooldown revive, which is actually fairly low, to be honest. I think usually they are 4 turn cooldowns and not 3. I think there's that, I think Racklin has 2 turn cooldown if I'm not mistaken, but she might be the only one. Yeah, she does. I had to double check because nobody uses Racklin, and I probably have not met her in years, but I do remember that there was some couple individuals who used to run her sometimes in classic arena defense. I'm not gonna say who, I have already mentioned him too many times, but you know who I'm talking about. He's the one guy in raid that I don't like, let's put it that way. Oh, I almost forgot, speaking of the opposite of that, wait, let me pick first. Yeah, kind of good that I reminded myself, because I was gonna add it at the end of the video, but my my best friend in MAD, one of our longtime players and my very good personal close friend, Haha has finally quit the game, so rip in pepperoni to Haha, but he was one of the like drivers in MAD that you probably don't know about and never heard about him, but if you do Classic Arena, then he has definitely attacked you many times, let's put it that way. But he decided to finally quit and move on, and it is a sad day to me, and I feel bad about it, but it is what it is. What do I pick here? I don't think I want to go with the Arbiter, so but can we do this with Rotos? I don't think there's other choice. He has double buff stripper. Helicat is definitely not going to be an option. And he can just ally attack down the Xena and maybe ban the Necret or something like that. I mean, he can ally attack Rotos down too, assuming that I don't ban the other nuker and I don't proc reaction, but let's just go with this. Okay, maybe we can do this as the final showcase. Should we just go for the Mikage ban and try to fight against him while being locked out? I feel like we're gonna lose this if he bans the Ankara. I mean, yeah, if he bans the Ankara, but I'm kind of interested to find out. Or should I just... Let's actually ban the Harima. Okay, he did ban the Ankara. God damn it. Should have let me show it on the video. Nobody's giving me any break today. I wanted to use Ankara in every fight, and I picked him in every fight, but I barely got to use him at all. I mean, it's obviously a good thing for me, because I'm still getting Rotos and I'm not having to fight enemies with Thaldus, but I really wanted to make a very detailed showcase, but I guess it just wasn't meant to be. I actually have another video in mind. I will talk about our feelings and experiences with Ankara and Narses next week with Final Kenpachi, who you might be familiar with. But he's like Twitch streamer and well-known free-to-play player who also does do arena and live arena and so on, but he isn't arena isn't his main, it's one of the things that he does, but he's not as into arena as me, but he does do it and he does compete in Platinum. But he had saved Void, so he was able to do it as a free-to-play, so props to him. And yeah, I think we're gonna do a video and talk about, after we have played with him for a few days, how we actually feel about him and how it's gonna change the meta and so on. But tune in for that video and subscribe to Final Kenpachi's YouTube and Twitch stream. I was kind of, I mean, maybe it's a little bit like how would I say? Maybe it's a little bit maybe like arrogant way of thinking or like that, but I was thinking that first of all, like Final Kenpachi is my good friend and he's definitely my favorite raid Twitch streamer, and I talk with him. I go to his stream often and talk about the PvP and so on. And I recently got those two what are they called? Collaborations with Ash and Noobkex. So I definitely need to spread it around a bit and also do some collabs with content creators that are smaller than me, even though I'm not really like super natural or comfortable with collabs, but I think I must do at least 2 collabs in the near future. And Final Kenpachi was the first person who came into my mind, and it was a perfect time because, like I said, he actually got the Narses as a free-to-play player, and we're gonna be able to talk about it from our two different perspectives. I know that we have very different outlooks to the game. For instance, he likes to go with resistance builds, and I'm kind of curious to see if he's gonna maybe build Angora with resistance and so on. And we don't have the same champions. I mean, he has Lockout and Sifi, and I'm using Rotos way more than him. He doesn't have Necret, I think, so we're gonna use him in a little bit different ways, and maybe we can broaden our horizons and make a video about it. Anyway, what I think about today's fights. There was kind of a rough start, and Narses is getting banned super often. I think in most of the fights where he wasn't banned except 2, he was super good, to be fair. Yeah, actually, looking at the battle logs, it's actually way better than I thought in my head. Yeah, I mean, we did get to use him. Not in every fight, but we did get to use him a lot. And I guess we had a lot of different viewpoints. That we had the quadruple nuker fight, and we had Angora without Narses, and Narses without Angora, so it didn't go perfectly like it was supposed to be in my head, that I get 15 wins in a row and totally dominate with Narses, and nobody bans him, and everybody gives me $1,000 and I win a lottery. But I guess it was good enough, so I hope you got some use out of this video, let's put it that way. Anyway, that's it for this video. Good luck with your live arena and so on, and have a nice weekend. And bye bye to my best friend in Raid. Haha, you will be missed. It's sad that you quit Raid, but that's it. See ya.